Welcome to Parents FYI. I'm Jenny Brazington. On today's show, we're talking about parental involvement in education. And joining me today to talk about this is Terry Strayhand, Title I Education Specialist with the Department of Education, Parent Involvement Coordinator. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Jenny.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to talk about this because I know it's important. And so let's get right into it. Why is parental involvement so important to school success?
You know, I get asked that a lot, and obviously you and I, we get to see a lot of the statistics, and data shows how much more children achieve when parents get involved. And while we read that and we say that, whenever I do that, it takes me back to my childhood of when my parents got involved. Even if it was just a little help with the homework, or what I remember most is when they got involved with the science projects or volunteered and did cooking in the classroom or something like that, how that made me feel. The connections that took place with my parents and the teachers and even the administrators. And you know, it just built me up inside, and it made me want to succeed and do better in school. So with all that, children do strive when their parents get involved. So it's important, it's vital for to see that increase happen in our schools today.
And do all parents know that? I mean, are we at a point that all parents truly believe that they really have a part to play, that their role is important?
I think it has kind of faded away throughout the years, and just the way times are today, everything is so demanding, and you know, parents are trying to do their best to get to work and put food on the table, and things get lost. That message gets lost. Teachers are teaching, and it just gets lost. So I think it's kind of faded away, that message, as far as parents realizing how important it is for them to be involved.
Or what their role is.
Or what their role is. Yeah.
So let's talk a minute and go back maybe and talk about what parent involvement used to look like and what it looks like now, or what it should look like if it's really going to help children succeed.
And pretty much like what I was saying, when I think back to my early years in school, not that long ago now, but I do remember, it was, you know, we can go back and even say further back to the 40s or 50s, parents were involved in what you would see kind of a standard cookie cutter type involvement. You'd see PTA meetings, which are great. We want them to continue. Maybe a bake sale or two. Maybe some volunteering when there's a field trip going on. And maybe helping in the classroom, helping the teacher for a day or something, maybe correcting papers. And that was pretty much about it for a very, very long time. We're speaking about 1945, 1950. And it just kind of stayed that way.
And now what we're hoping parents...
Well, what I think happened around the 60s, or what I remember happening in the 60s, where you started to see programs like Head Start develop, and people were starting to pay attention to primarily the needs of low-income children, children with special needs. And so you saw programs develop like Head Start, which helped parents get involved, and also to you'd see more paraprofessionals get involved as well. And then now what we're seeing evolve and develop even more are parents actually get involved more in decision making in what's happening in the schools.
Parent leaders.
Parent leaders, parent voice, and that's the exciting part about today, this day and time. And I know the law, the Title I law for parent involvement has helped that. Has helped that quite a bit.
I know when I student taught in the 80s, I never mentioned parental involvement once. It never was even in my mind that that was a component or something that was important, except for communicating and sending home information to parents to make them aware. But it was such a small and tiny piece.
Yes.
And so I look at that far back and how far we've come and where we still, I think, need to go.
Oh, yes, yes.